Let me start with my personal story. In both my roles, first as a consultant and later in investment banking, there was one chart I kept going back to, the waterfall chart. Whether I was breaking down the impact of a strategic initiative, or showing how a company moves from revenue to net income, or presenting valuation sensitivities. This chart helped me explain complex ideas simply and clearly. Senior leaders are busy, they don't want to scan tables, they want clarity, and waterfall charts deliver exactly that. That's why I use them, and in this video I will show you how you can use it to make your PowerPoint powerful. So let's get started. Hi and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about how you can transform your data storytelling using waterfall charts and why they are more than just a consulting tool. Sure, consultants love them, but marketers, finance team and business leader can use them just as effectively, especially when presenting to clients or internal stakeholders. And let's be honest, whenever a clean, well-designed chart appears in a presentation, everyone's attention spikes. So instead of pasting Excel tables into your slides, try this, use visuals that do the explaining for you. In this video, we will cover first how to create a waterfall chart using PowerPoint's inbuilt chart feature. Second, how it differs from other chart types, when to use it and when not to. For that, I have some use cases in the subsequent slides and some key formatting tricks and limitations of these charts. Before we jump into building one, let's quickly look at a few real examples across different roles. So this is use case one, and it's with the marketing. Waterfall charts are great for showing what customer movement over time, and this is often called a movement chart. So here you can see that we have a base customer base of 1.25 million in January, and the other subsequent bars are showing the addition or the reduction of customer, that is customer change in the subsequent months. And this format makes month to month changes easy to understand at a glance. You can see the last bar shows us the ending customer number. So this is the customer base by the end of year. So marketers can use to change the monthly customer change number using the waterfall chart. Second use case is for the financial analyst. And in finance, especially in investment banking and corporate finance, waterfall charts are your best friends. So you can use it for P&L walkthroughs, variance analysis, sensitivity analysis, and cash flow buildup. Here, I have shown only two cases. One is the budget variance analysis, and the second is the sensitivity analysis. First one, it clearly shows how different cost or revenue drivers cause deviations from the planned or the budgeted income to the actual net income. And the second graph, it's showing the impact of the drivers like the gross margin, like the assumption gross margin, WAC, terminal growth rate on the base valuation. So we have fixed a base assumption to arrive at the base valuation number, and we are changing the gross margin, WAC and terminal growth rate to see the impact of these three assumptions on the base valuation, and this would be the final valuation. So these are the two charts that investment bankers use or the corporate finance team use. Fourth use case is for the consulting or the project management. As a consultant, I use waterfall charts to visualize how recommended levers like pricing changes or the operational efficiencies or the new revenue streams drive the profit uplift. So here it is a base profit, and these are the initiatives that either we are proposing to the client or we have already implemented some of the optimization for that company, and this is the profit that we will achieve after implementing all these initiatives. So yeah, now that we have seen how waterfall charts are used across industry, let's build one using PowerPoint's inbuilt tool. But just a note before that, this feature, like this inbuilt waterfall chart, is available only in PowerPoint 2019 and later version of the PowerPoint. So we are going to recreate this chart, which if you notice is an income statement. So these are the two revenue, and this is the total revenue, and these are the expenses, and we are having one gross income as a subtotal, and then the other expenses to arrive to operating income, and then taxes and the net income. This is a very simplified income statement. I just wanted to use this particular data so as to cover the subtotals as well, how to handle the subtotals in the waterfall charts. So that's the reason that I have used this particular data. And yeah, let's start building a waterfall chart. Here, let's insert the waterfall chart that we can use shortcuts to do that. So Alt N This will help us to get to insert, then see, this is the chart. And now if you have to activate the selection, you have to press tab and then down, down, down. In the bottom, you will see a waterfall chart. If you click OK, you will get the default waterfall chart with the dummy number. And let me just open it by clicking right click, edit data, and we will open edit data in Excel. I think it's taking time. Yeah. Yeah. So, data in Excel. Now let's just copy paste this data. Control C, Alt ESV, Control V, and then just do a destination format pasting. You can see. So we have pasted our data as it is in the same chart. But here, if you notice, this is not giving us the entire data that we have pasted. So we will go to this chart again. If you notice that this chart is a bit different, because in the other chart, if you open, there is a selection or a drag box that's available to drag your data. But in the waterfall chart, you will not get that dragging box so as to select your data. And hence, for that, in the waterfall chart, you may have to right click and select data. You have to change it from here. So our selection is from A1 to A13. So we will just, instead of B9, we will do B13 and OK. So now we can see that our data is here, like the entire data from product revenue to net income is present. But again, you can see the chart, like the inbuilt waterfall chart, is unable to recognize which is subtotal and which is the total. So for that, what we need to do is, given that we know product revenue, service revenue, and this is the total revenue, so this is subtotal. So select this bar, click on it, and then set as total. So you will see that these, sum of these two will give you a subtotal. Then we have COGS as a subtracted number, like it's a reduction. Again, it's a reduction. But gross income was again a subtotal. So again, right click on that particular bar and set as total. Then again, this is, so negative numbers are correctly identified. It's just the positive numbers in the graph which you have to tell this chart whether it's a like increment or a subtotal. So again, these three are correctly identified here. Operating income, you have to again set it as subtotal. Then taxes is a reduction. Then again, the final net income number is set as total. So now we have, I think we have the correct, yeah. So we have all the elements with the correct increment or a decrement bars with us. Generally, in waterfall chart, for formatting purpose, it's good to show a number data labels over the charts only, like over above the charts only. So we don't need this axis. So we will delete this axis, delete. And again, I'm not a fan of keeping this grid line. So I'll just delete all these grid lines. Delete. Yeah. So yeah, we have our chart ready. Again, this also, I prefer to keep chart title like as a separate text box. I'll delete this one. And given that it's very clear that which is the negative element, because we have in the name COGS as negative. So again, I'll delete this legend. It's not relevant for us. Yeah, so we have formatted our chart. Now, if you notice that the category in the bottom, given that it's tilted, it does not look good. And also, we have already extended our chart to the maximum, like the maximum slide area that we can use. So what's the hack to at least correct this is, go back to your chart, edit data in Excel, and I'll show you what I do is, I'll just shift all the second word to a next with the alt enter, so that it moves to second line, and this will, I guess, will help you solve that problem. So yeah, alt enter, other sales expense, alt enter, gross income, expense, alt enter, administrative expenses. What I have seen some people doing, what they will, some people do, like either they will try to shorten the name of these categories. You may have to do that as well if this also doesn't solve your problem. But the best way is, like I have seen, like this particular alt enter helps in most of the cases. But if not, then maybe you have to try to shorten the name of these categories. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, sales and marketing. Then this will solve. Yes, you can see that now we have I'm using a different fonts. I'll just make it my chart. I'll try to use 14 because it looks very small. This is again very small. Font 14. Okay, so 14 is not helping. Let me just try to do net income also, if this helps. Net income. I think now maybe I'll just leave it at this is fine. So what I was saying, see, so I'll just try to show you the difference in this chart and the other chart. Here, if I open this particular chart, edit data, so you will see the selection. So if I want to not show my series 3 in the chart, I will just drag this box and shorten it, and it will automatically go away. So this is not available in waterfall chart, and hence what we had to do was to right select and select data. So this is the difference that we have in this chart. Second, what I want to tell you, yeah, so one thing you notice here, if I change my any number, for example this, if I make this as 30.4, so this chart we need to so this is 30.4, but this total revenue is not changing, right? Because this is not, we are not having any formula here. So best way is to put formula to get the correct number. So just mark these like the subtotals and try to include it as formula so that your chart is dynamic, and it changes as soon as you changes any of the levers. So here if I go alt, it should be 4 and alt equal b7 and alt equal, it's not working, alt equal, yeah, here it's b13, b11 to b12, yeah. So now your chart is dynamic. As soon as you change the number, your chart will automatically adjust. So this is now dynamic. If you see my previous chart, yeah, I was telling that I generally don't use the chart title. I'll just include a text box, like separate text box, and yeah, so this is the way that I do. I prefer to use a separate text box. And the color, if you want to change the color of your chart, go to change colors. I'm using this palette, so I'll just apply that particular palette, and yeah, I think it's done. You can choose to bold your number or increase the font size further, but I think this looks good. Now if I so yeah, as I mentioned in the start, that there is one limitation, in fact I told you one, that this particular waterfall chart feature is available only in PowerPoint 2019 and in the later version. If not, if you don't have waterfall chart, you may stick to using the stacked chart, like using the bar stacked chart. And the second limitation that I was talking about was, if any of your bar, like in this particular chart, if any of your bar, for example this cox is more than this particular subtotal 286, it goes beyond, like the negative number is more than this positive number and it goes beyond your horizontal axis, then this chart does not look good. I'll show you maybe with number, edit data in Excel. So if I, it's taking time. So let's say if I change this to minus 290, for example. Yeah, and let's see how the chart looks. See, so your base number, like the starting point is your axis, the category name axis is at the bottom, and you're the starting point, like 0 to 245 number has shifted above. So this does not look good and it's not explaining our chart. So one quick hack to solve this problem is just to remove the line, format axis options, and maybe no line, and here you see the line is removed, and just include a fake line, like which will just go through your, like a straight line which passes through your zero. Like this is your zero, right? So just increase it and format it. And we will just try to change the color of your axis. This is the color, move it to back, send to back. And yeah, I think it's better to make the size of your chart. Just see there is 39.37 width. Just try to have your line also as 39.37, so that so this is a quick hack to solve that problem. But yeah, otherwise you may have to go back to your bar stacked chart and use that only. That's how you can use a waterfall chart to turn raw data into a story when that actually sticks. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment with other chatting or storytelling topics you would like me to cover next. Thanks for watching.